Welcome to my new channel. My name is Michael Marshall Ohanu. It is my real name and you can find me on Instagram. I love the sport that we call martial arts, especially MMA, what is known as mixed martial arts. To be a little bit relevant in front of you, I would like to say that me myself practice the sport and train a lot. I don't do competition and I won't. I just limit myself in sparring session. The love I have for this sport made me decide to do videos to talk about future UFC fights. My former channel's name was The Fight Analyst and it was 3 years old. Every year I managed to gather 100 followers and this year I will have probably have 400 followers. It was a growing channel and used to have thousands of views. As we speak, I had 372 followers. Sadly, my channel have been cancelled because I have received 3 strikes. The first strike was because I did a video from the fight between Jan Blachowicz versus Alexander Rakic. The second was the fight between Weili Zhang versus Johanna, and the final strike was the fight between Glover Teixeira versus Jiří Procházka. I can say it's unfair because if you go to YouTube, you will find some YouTube channels who have more followers than me or even less followers, but they still have their channel with the highlights or even the full fight about the fighters that I mentioned. I can also say that it is fair because I don't own those videos. I will admit that I was sad and it broke my heart. The fact that my channel that I love so much have been cancelled. I put so much time and effort. It really broke my heart. I love the sport. I love to talk about the sport. I love to do my research and debate about the sport. I love the comment I receive about the sport. The day my channel was cancelled, the same day I was preparing my text to open a new channel to continue to talk about the sport I love so much. One of the reasons I decided to continue, it's because not only do I love the sport, I will become a future MMA commentator, like one of those men I respect and admire a lot. His name is Joe Rogan. I may not always agree with his philosophy, but I like his vision and enjoy to watch how he talks and analyze fights. In the famous gym called Team Alpha Male, there was a famous fighter with the name of TJ Dillashaw. TJ Dillashaw have received the opportunity to face the reigning champion, Renan Barão. TJ Dillashaw was the underdog, but during the fight we have noticed something very strange. TJ Dillashaw had it very easy. It's like he was in a sparring session. TJ Dillashaw did not only dominate Renan Barão, he have finished him in round 5. The former champion Renan Barão have received his rematch, and TJ Dillashaw did better than his first fight. He have finished him in round 4. Because of that defeat, the Brazilian and former champion Renan Barão was never the same. He won 1 time and lost 6 of his last fight. The UFC have cut him from the promotion. TJ Dillashaw's third title defense was against Dominic Cruz, who have relinquished his belt because he had too much injuries and needed much time to recover. Before the fight, TJ Dillashaw had an interview with the former champion, Dominic Cruz. The former champion have destroyed TJ Dillashaw in a verbal exchange. Like the great Muhammad Ali, Dominic Cruz have used the art that we call psychological warfare. That interview and the mind game of Dominic Cruz have affected the performance of TJ Dillashaw. He started to fight with emotion, and in the end, he lost his title. Dominic Cruz regained his belt and became champion once more. Dominic Cruz used to have a personal beef with the member of Team Alpha Male. Cody Garbrandt, who is a member of that team, have received a title shot against Dominic Cruz. Dominic Cruz have destroyed him in a verbal interview, but during the fight, Cody was too strong, too fast, too good. He have defeated Dominic Cruz and became the second member of Team Alpha Male that became champion in the UFC. Conor McGregor have warned the leader of Team Alpha Male, Uriah Faber. He warned the member of Team Alpha Male that TJ Dillashaw will leave their team. He even called him the snake under the grass. If you notice, TJ Dillashaw have a tattoo of a snake in his arm. It's because of that moment. Duane Ludwig used to give training in Team Alpha Male, but not anymore. He have his own gym that we call Bang Muay Thai. TJ Dillashaw have followed Duane Ludwig in his new team, but have angered the member of Team Alpha Male. Now TJ Dillashaw, who was an ex-member of Team Alpha Male, was supposed to face his former teammate and a member of Team Alpha Male, the champion, Cody Garbrandt. It was a personal fight, and the beef was for real. TJ Dillashaw have finished Cody in the second round and became the champion once more. They had a rematch and TJ have finished him easier than in the first fight. He have finished Cody in the first round. Cody Garbrandt was never the same after that fight. He have one victory and lost 3 times after that fight. And the 2 times he lost, it was by TKO. Cody Garbrandt have 1 foot outside the door. If he continues like that, he will be released from the promotion. The president of the UFC, Dana White, wanted to eliminate the flyweight division. He have sent TJ Dillashaw to defeat the champion, Henry Cejudo. Henry Cejudo have finished TJ Dillashaw and have saved the flyweight division. I believe that Henry Cejudo don't receive the credit that he truly deserves, because he is the one who have saved that division. TJ Dillashaw have tested positive for a banned substance and have relinquished his belt and was suspended for almost 2 years. The Russian Petr Yan became champion in the division, but lost his belt against Aljamain Sterling because of an illegal shot. Many call Aljamain Sterling a comedian, but in the rematch, he have proved everyone wrong. He is the current champion. TJ Dillashaw is an American MMA fighter with a record of 17 wins and 4 losses. In the UFC, he has 4 losses and 13 victories. After a 2 years layoff, TJ fought against Corey Sandhagen. It was a close fight, and I may understand why people say that Corey won. TJ did well, but I believe he may have a little ring rust. TJ Dillashaw is the type of fighter who is very light on his feet and have a good footwork. He uses a lot of feints and head movement. He often changes his stand and don't stay still in the same zone. He does well in the wrestling and on the ground. It's especially because of his wrestling that he managed to defeat Corey Sandhagen. TJ is a very good striker, especially with his hands. He is fast, explosive, and have a good cardio. Aljamain Sterling is born in America but represents Jamaica. He have an MMA record of 21 wins and 3 losses. In the UFC, he have 3 defeats and 13 victories. Sterling is not a bad striker, but he is very good at wrestling and on the ground. One of his strategies is that he combines his striking with wrestling to press his opponent. When he uses that strategy, it's to get close to his opponent to neutralize his striking in a stand-up fight, in a clinch or grappling fight, or on the floor. TJ Dillashaw is clearly the better striker, but Aljamain Sterling is more powerful and better in the wrestling and on the ground. I even believe that Aljamain Sterling is better in the combination of striking and wrestling. In the first fight against Petr Yan, Aljamain started 2 rounds very hard and did well. He started to slow down in the later rounds and have shown us signs of fatigue. TJ's cardio is much better. I must admit that Aljamain Sterling did show in the second fight against Petr Yan that he can be calculated with his cardio. If TJ wants to win, he must avoid to get close Aljamain Sterling. the current champion is stronger. He must keep the fight stand up and hit his opponent and move away. TJ must avoid to wrestle with the champion, and he must not forget that when Aljamain Steling starts to fatigue, he has the habit to throw takedowns. If TJ Dillashaw keep the fight stand up, he will win this fight. Aljamain Steling is physically stronger. He must strike and especially get close to wrestle with his opponent. He is even better on the ground. It's a 50-50 situation. I don't know who will win, but I will say, may the best fighter win. Guys, like I mentioned, my first channel was growing. Sadly, it have been cancelled. But it's because of the love of the sport and the support that I have received from my past and soon new followers that I decide to continue to do what I love. I don't ask money because I don't need it. The only thing that I ask is to please support and especially follow my YouTube channel. Like in the past, your follow matters and really give me the strength to continue my work. Thank you for watching and see you next time.